My name is Tommy, and today we're going to dive into a topic that doesn't get enough honest conversation: misogyny in hip hop. We're breaking down how women are often sexualized in hip hop culture and in lyrics and visuals, and what that says about culture at large. I'm your host, Tommy, and I'm joined by Julian and Steven, two voices who are going to help us unpack this stigma. Let's start with Julian. Go ahead and break it down for us.
Thanks, Tommy. So when we talk about misogyny in hip hop, one of the clearest examples is in the lyrics. Since the genre's early days, women have been described as just mere sex objects or in other hypersexual demeaning ways, used as status symbols or reduced to mere body parts. This I always knew this, but I never realized how deeply it was entrenched in hip hop's culture until I read Shake It Baby, Shake It: Consumption and the New Gender Relation in Hip Hop, which really emphasized and showed me how almost every facet of hip hop culture is entrenched in misogyny. From the strip clubs being emerged as a prominent hip hop subculture where women are portrayed as sex workers, shaking their butt and doing other sexual actions in music videos and song lyrics. Some examples of this are in songs like Tip Drill by Nelly, or even more modern hits like Hotline Bling by Drake, or even certain future tracks. The portrayal of women is often shown to be that of mere conquest, not appreciation for them as fellow human beings. This objectification of women has real world consequences. For example, Nelly, the offer of tip drill, in which he basically reduces women to mere sex objects, which he wants to have a tip drill with, where he puts his tip in them. So in these songs and other songs like it caused him his concert at Spelman College, in which he was originally supposed to go to in order to raise money for his bone marrow donor organization, was canceled due to the way he portrayed black women and women in general in his music videos. And it's not just about misogynistic words in lyrics, it's about how it reinforces that women are only valuable for their looks or what they can do for a man sexually. These ideas seep into real life. It shapes how a lot of young men and young people in general see women. For example, a lot of people listen to rap from a young age. Now, if they've been listening to it from, say, the age of from when they were young, these ideas that women are only sex objects or only good for sex or are trifling hoes, you know, those mindsets are shown to be real in their mind and cause a trickle down effect in which women get treated worse and worse due to this sad facet of hip hop culture.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, you have a good point regarding like young people specifically, because how many times like growing up, like you learning rap, like I know like I grew up in South Florida, where rap is big, Kodak Black is big. It's like how many times do you hear like, oh, like you're getting hoes, oh, you're getting bitches, like you're not talking about women in a respectful manner as a young kid. Like I know in middle school, like you would talk about like, oh, you get hoes, that's how you like determine whether you're cool, and it's just it kind of shows like how hip hop influences like young minds, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. I remember when I was a kid also, it's not about just getting hoes, how you treat like how hoes were treated, Like if a girl did something wrong, it's just oh another trifling hoe, another stupid bitch, Like it wasn't just one person doing one bad thing or a person making a mistake. It was another it was a stupid hoe or oh what a bitch. Those negative misogynistic stereotypes and concepts which were reinforced and shown through rap and hip hop. But it's not just the bars, it's the visuals too. And Steven's got that part.
Yeah, and I think this is maybe even more salient than lyrics because when you're a kid, like what you're saying, you don't really understand all of the lyrics to a rap song, but if you're watching a music video, it's like right in your face. So the music videos just double down on what the lyrics say, And in these music videos, women are almost always in the background, half dressed, dancing around a male rapper who's normally fully clothed and front and center in the video. And you can see this in the 90s with songs like Big Pimpin' by Jay-Z, even to today, where it's like expected that if a rap song's about women, or even if it's just tangentially about women, they'll be portrayed in this hypersexualized way. So the formula hasn't really changed. And this contrasts with female artists, like what we read in the Green Book, where Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion, when they try to take ownership of their sexuality, like just dancing on stage in a way that they find empowering, they'll be criticized in ways that male rappers would never be. Because if male artists do it, it's normalized or praised. Like just culturally, a lot of people say like, "Oh, I'm trying to live like Future," and basically talking about how the rapper like lives a very sexually fruitful life. And that double standard is a big part of the issue in hip hop, where male hip hop artists can basically be as sexually deviant as they want, but if female artists diverge even a little bit, they're considered ratchet and unacceptable. They don't live up to respectability politics norms. And the wider implication of this to young people, but just people in general, culturally, is it sends a message that women in hip hop are only valuable as sexual objects, but not when they demand respect or depth, agency, or sovereignty over their own bodies.
Yeah. I was
So
gonna say
yeah.
like I was just gonna say like I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I was just gonna say like a big part of this in present day that you can see this in is like, when people see a sexy red, for example, like they call her all types of names, but then Bruno Mars gets to collaborate with her and talk about Big Juicy and Wet and talk about all this, crazy stuff with her on the track. But Sexy Red is still seen as that deviant hip hop artist, like, she's ratchet, she's horrible for the way she dances, like she's too sexual. But when Bruno Mars, nobody talks about Bruno Mars. They see him as that innocent guy, and they don't fully take his own actions into perspective too, where it's like, oh, but he's also saying these hypersexual things. Why is he not being treated the same? So it's just seeing that double standard when it comes to women in hip hop and male hip hop specifically.
Yeah, I think with that example, especially like if there's a sexual nature to a hip hop artist's music, that becomes their identity. Whereas like if Bruno Mars, like he has a lot of songs where the main theme is sex, but he's not identified with sexual overtones at all. But Sexy Red is.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, if you want to wrap it up for us, Tommy.
Yeah, so yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming on this podcast today, just talking about misogyny in hip hop, especially male hip hop specifically. The big picture, is like we love hip hop. It's a cultural movement that shapes lives, but it's important also to stay cognizant of the real issues that's going on. Specifically when it comes to like feminism, and specifically when it comes to the portrayal of women. As we progress as a country and as a nation, like we want to be cognizant of these ideas and how we are embracing hip hop and how we're embracing these cultural values through it. And let's just push for a hip hop that uplifts and respects everybody. But yeah, thank you again for showing up to our podcast today. And yeah, I want to thank y'all so much. Thank you.